Imagine if our living environment was like this dump site. Filthy, smelly, and an eyesore. Imagine our children running all over, picking and playing in this filth. And yet if we do nothing, this will be our lot. My name is Ruth Benzu Witola. You are watching Our Environment, Our Future. Disgusting as it may be, it is a reality that these vegetables end up on your tables. Integrated waste management is therefore a critical subject to think about. Indeed, integrated waste management is a shared responsibility.
Safety kulisunga we mwini, in short. So manje ngati tambo sunga vishala vinsima vili munyumba, vili kunyumba kuja, then udinabana muziwa ni matenda eka jetsitiza kama the government isidi bwino government indine nisuya bwino pa nyumba panga clean.
Pamene ba mataya vishala pali ponse ali benzero. Muntu aliyense afunika pamene ankhala ponse aone yakuti pali clean. Ngati ukudya chinthu beta watenga waika oloni muka plastic. Pamene waseluka kani mbasi olonga tuli pansi chabe. Pamene wasiriza kudya ufanikira watenga chicha chinthu na kuyendo chitaya mbini.
Ubusaka ofo burefu aika. Bwakwebati ngatwaya fika mumaba ayambiaya muningire mule pitamo ba kanso kwadi wa maba yari akwati tagwete toilet mule umfa batubora baresti sha bare tuletera nenshi kolera.
In our quest to improve our way of life, Zambia has been on an industrialization drive. This drive has seen the growth of industries and the creation of much-needed jobs. Other benefits accrued as a result of industrialization include better health facilities. With improved health facilities, the mortality rate has dropped and the population has grown. Our insatiable appetite for wealth and unrestrained exploitation of finite natural resources and increased human consumption has left our environment bleeding. The result? Accumulation of waste and pollution. The bleeding environment calls us to action. Integrated waste management.
Environmentally sound management of waste constitutes the proper management of waste from generation up to disposal. And in between, we have got other activities like transportation. You know, we have to look at from generation, our waste is segregated, although we're having challenges for people to segregate this waste at generation point. And then from generation, we have to look at how waste is transported. You know, there are conditions that we give to waste transporters. Some of the things that we have to look at, you know, the waste must be covered when it's being transported so that we avoid littering on the way as it goes to a dump site. And also we look at the safety of the workers who are picking the waste. And then at the dump site also, there are, you know, conditions that we have to observe to make sure that the local authority are adhering to it. So the whole chain from generation up to the disposal, the proper management of the waste will constitute what we are calling environmentally sound management. the management of waste that will not pose a danger to the environment.
Environmentally sound waste management needs an integrated approach. It involves strong controls from generation of waste to its final disposal. The integrated approach involves proper controls at various stages of waste management. The stages include recovery, storage, transportation, treatment, reuse, recycling, and final disposal. Historically, much of the waste that was generated would quickly degrade biologically. It would naturally decompose and be converted into matter that is environmentally friendly, such as compost. Today, huge amounts of waste are generated and much of it is non-biodegradable. Some of the waste takes hundreds of years to degrade and can be damaging to the environment for a long time. Therefore, knowing and segregating the different types of waste is essential for sound waste management.
Basically, we have got two types of waste. We have got what we call the general waste and the hazardous waste. Under the general waste, we have domestic waste. These are wastes that are generated basically from our residential areas. Yeah, you can mention the foodstuffs and all that. That's domestic waste. And then we have got waste that comes as a result of industrial activities. I'll give you an example like, in the mines. When we are mining, we before we can get maybe the copper, the byproduct is a waste. We have got waste like tailings, we have got waste rock. All those types of waste are categorized as industrial waste. Then under hazardous waste, these are wastes which have got more potential to pollute the environment, and they're actually more harmful to our health. Some of them, I can give you an example of the clinical health waste. These are wastes that are generated from clinical health facilities, such as hospitals, both private and government. That is the clinical waste. And then we've got other hazardous waste from industries. I can give you an example of used oil. Used oil is a hazardous waste. Why is a hazardous waste? Is because of its constituencies. When you put oil in an engine blocks are usually made from heavy metals. So as the engine runs, there's tear and wear, and these particles, the heavy metal particles, they find itself in the oil when we drain it. So that oil becomes highly contaminated with heavy metals, and as an agency we pay much particular attention to such waste, because if we don't dispose it properly, it will have serious health impacts, and also just a general impact on the environment because of its. So those are the different types of waste, from the general waste, industrial waste, then the hazardous waste component.
What are you doing with the waste that you are generating at home? How are you disposing of that waste? Remember, it is your and my responsibility to ensure that the waste we generate does not end up in our environment. Various methods can be used to dispose of domestic waste from our homes. We can separate recyclable and non-recyclable waste material. It is every Zambian citizen's responsibility to ensure that waste ends up at disposal sites. Disposal sites, as well as the famous landfill method, are, however, becoming less common around the world. This is occasioned by the lack of available space and the strong presence of methane and other landfill gases, which cause numerous pollution problems. Segregation is becoming critical in modern-day waste management strategies. This makes it possible for us to reduce, reuse, and recycle waste.
And our company name is Adil Investment, who is into recycling of plastics, especially HDPE and LDPE. HDPE is high density polyethylene products. All the bottles and all this stuff which is thrown on the dump site, we collect those things and we process in certain manner to recycle it and produce granules for a reusable things. It's a recycling business, first of all, so it matters to keep the place clean, the province or the city or the country clean. We have money circulation in this also, where people get employment and have certain incomes, and which is very good for the environment of the country. And it is usable. We make reusable products for agriculture, where farmer needs a lot of things to produce and use it for their farming and other products.
Yeah, here we manage the waste here at Avani. We normally collect the waste from the kitchen and we bring them here and we start decompose them and make organic manure. It's called the WMT.
Okay.
Yes.
And is there specific waste, or it's all of it that you use during this process?
No, there are specific waste that we normally use. Yeah, we normally use mostly the fruits, the vegetables, ZEMA, but except meat and acid food like lemons, everything which have got acid, something which composed like soda, no, we don't put those, because once we put them, the worms will normally die.
Okay.
So we normally use the fruits only, mostly fruits, and the egg trays, the carton boxes, the peppers. Yes, we normally bring them here, and we put them in the boxes in the processing tray so that they get decomposed again. We recycle them to manure.
Okay, can you run me through how it works?
Yes. If you look at these boxes, we've got 3 boxes here. The top one, we call it a process tray. The second one is a working tray. And the third one is a collecting tray. So when we get the fruits from the kitchen, when we bring them here, we put on top here, on the top box.
Okay.
Then there, we swear all the process are being taken place. We put the boxes, the egg tray, the fruits, the vegetables, the ZEMA, we put them on top here. Then the worms will be moving from the bottom tray, coming on top, just to eat this that we have treated on top. After eating all this, the worms will return back to soil again. Okay. And they will start producing tea. That tea, we call it worm tea. Then that is the one we normally collect and putting them in the vegetable garden, the flower pots, roses, and the herb garden.
Learning from other players, there is a shift of mindset and strategy in waste management in Zambia. The strategy views waste not only as an environmental issue, but also an economic one. Hence, the government is working together with segregators at Chunga landfill in Lusaka.
Ever since ZEMA, we took up this initiative of making sure that we work with the people here. Actually, this used to be a non-go area. Before, these people, when we come here, they were even chasing us and even stoning us. But we realized that we can work with these people by working with them. So we started, approaching them so that we can start sensitizing them in proper waste management, and also to help them in issues of safety, and also to help them in issues of child labor and things like that. So now we are working with them very well. That's why you can see we can enter freely. Otherwise, in the past, we are not going even to access this place. These people are going to chase us because they were looking at us like we are enemies. But this time we are now a partner.
Waste Recyclers Association of Zambia is in charge of all the dumping sites in Zambia. But here is a branch where I happen to be the chairman. So I'm in charge of about more than 500 people who are collectors, buyers. It is helping with the cleaning of Lusaka to make it very clean. Because all the waste which is coming from outside Lusaka is dumped here. Now here what we do is to separate now from that waste, the waste. We separate those things which are recycled, which we sell now to the company for us to earn an income and to sustain our families.
Nankalamu ngako muno for 4 years kusenza wamene muno kama chanu yamikira nifuna niyamikire boma kupitira mwa ZEMA tivuka atitandiza kambiri kanchito kulingana na kasenzedwe kaso muno tusenza bwino masiku ano mlando wa ZEMA kale tanzovwala uzaka nchia kina chikeniva kama mlandu wakuti watu senzera umpezeka vintu vinyinji tezankala wantu wakuti umwe watu wenzerini pabwino kama lomba patia mikira chifuka azema kachiwera etiratera vintu vose wenzera kiambira magoni boots azotiratera hivyo ikakumanja mpaka vapakamwa hivi kuchakava kama tusenza bwino mwe nda etipunzisha tereta training etipunzisha kasenza takafunika kuti tingasenza ngosatola vakulya asiko ana tutola lini vakulya tutala kati andara kuyakula vakulya kung'onda kuti wana shechinje atandizike so wamba matusenza bwino na vana ereka kulowa mkati tijala kuloweka weka na nchito yenda bwino ngako so yamika ngako kwa ZEMA kupitira muri boma.
In as much as we wouldn't want our people to be collecting the waste from the dump site, you know, segregation of waste from our source is a challenge that we are facing. If people were segregating this waste from the source, this waste will not find itself at the dump site, and these people that you are seeing here would not come here. But the very fact that people have not yet adapted into the system of separating the waste at the source, this is why you are finding even these people. But the long term for the agents, we want to make sure that waste is segregated at the source so that these people can pick the waste in communities, not at the dump site.
Foxdale Court is an example of a business that has taken the initiative to segregate waste at the point of generation.
We also have a waste management area at Foxdale Court. That was actually the first green initiative that we started in the building. So we recycle paper, food waste, plastic, and cardboard as well. And we do a lot of training with all the tenants so that they can separate their waste. So that because if you don't separate from the source, then it's not possible or rather it makes it very difficult to recycle. For us, the reason why we've gone green, it doesn't make sense to take your waste and just throw it in the landfill. And also what's important is actually that waste is money. So if that hard plastic, we get paid we wash the hard plastic. So we get paid 1 kwacha 50 ngwe per kilo of the plastic that we take to the different plastic companies. If you don't wash it, they pay you 1 kwacha 30 ngwe. So literally, when you just take those hard plastic and throw it in the dump site, it's literally like you're taking your kwacha and you're taking your kwacha to the dump site and you are burning your kwacha. If you separate your waste from the source, so from your office, when you open up an item that has plastic in it, you can have 4 different bins, which is what we have at Foxdale Court, and then you immediately put that plastic item into your plastic bin. Or if there's a delivery comes and it's in a cardboard box, you then flat pack the cardboard box and put it in your separate bin, which is for cardboard. With your lunch as well, you take your scraps of lunch and you put it into the bin, which is for food. Then it becomes very easy to recycle the waste, which is what we do at Foxdale Court. We then go through those bins. We take the individual bags, take them down to our waste management area where there's a bit of further sorting, and it then goes to the different companies that help us to recycle. So yes, again, it makes sense, and it also makes economic sense as well.
We may think it is only the big companies that are concerned about integrated waste management, but even some community organizations have taken up the challenge. Manja Pamozi is a community-based organization that is striving to clean the environment as well as empower vulnerable women to benefit from waste management.
Manja Pamozi is a socio-economic empowerment project that was initiated by Zambian breweries who co-partnered with the Millennium Challenge Account Zambia to incentivize the collection of recyclable waste and also build the capacity of the people involved in the value chain of recycling in Zambia. And our engagement with communities begins with the grassroots in terms of the ward development committees. And then the ward development committees help us to mobilize key people that would be involved in the collection of recyclable waste. By key people here, I mean the community-based enterprises as well as individuals who are spared to participate in the value chain?
Nikamba tunakuanza 2 years kusenza na wamanja pamozi. Mu 2 years umu nivambiri vamene naona ninonga zikomo mwani na watasha. Pena nzeli poku wa joy na manja pamozi. Tuma problems twambiri mwandi. Honestly, tuma problems twambiri, but mutime yamene na nkala nao na punzisa abana ku skulu, nizirentingila ne mwine wake, nishitako business of which na plot manje nagula. In 2 years kuba joy inache nkala nao, I've seen a lot of good things.
Recognizing the adverse effects of waste on the environment, the government recently introduced a piece of legislation. A law has been passed to make sure that producers on a commercial scale take responsibility for what they produce through the Extended Producer Responsibility.
If you look at our Environment Management Act, Section 58, there is a very good tool that has been passed, and it's law. This is called the Extended Producer Responsibility. What this simply means that anyone who has potential or their facility has potential to generate any type of waste, they should extend their responsibility to make sure that such waste is managed in an environmentally sound manner. For example, all the companies that are manufacturing opaque beer, their packaging material must be managed in an environmentally sound manner. So such companies, they should extend their responsibility in ensuring that their packaging material for this opaque beer is well managed from the point of generation up to the point of disposal. Other companies will be like all those companies that are manufacturing mineral water, they should extend their responsibility to make sure that these empty mineral water bottles are managed in an environmentally sound manner. And that's what Extended Producer Responsibility is all about. And this is a strategy that ZEMA is using to make sure that anyone who produces any type of waste which will have potential to affect the environment, they should extend their responsibility, and this is law.
As you have seen, others are doing something about managing our waste. You too can make a difference. Indeed, our environment, our common responsibility. You have been watching Our Environment, Our Future. Join me on the next episode as we continue exploring issues affecting our environment. My name is Ruth Benzu Witola. Bye for now.